Hey, y'all, when it comes to building your digital brand, look no further than Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for all of your online needs. You know, Kifyuri and I have both used it for our personal websites, for thisistheread.com. And the main reason I love it is because it is so simple. I don't know a lot about building a site, and Squarespace takes all that guesswork out of it. You can throw something together. You can take your time and really put a lot of effort and energy into it. No matter what, if you're a creator, Squarespace makes it easy to monetize your brand and sell exclusive content via member areas. And with the Squarespace Video Studio app, you can create pro-level videos effortlessly. Everybody knows that if you are going to be online these days, you have to have some kind of video content to go along with everything else. So if you're ready to keep up with the rest of the girls, head on over to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a site or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Go build something amazing. All right, let's start the show.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the show. I am Lucius Fox.
And I am Miss Sharma. This is The Read. Thanks for coming back.
It is indeed. Now, disclaimer, I don't know what the fuck my voice sounds like. I have been sick with something that is apparently not COVID, but hates me all the same. And so,
well,
you know, I also was out for Dustin's birthday, hollering and screaming. So I don't really have a voice, and I am, gonna just figure it out and get through it. But I also did last week's episode with 102-degree fever. So, hey.
It really sounds to me like you need a break, but while we are in the middle of recording, it's probably not the best time to have that conversation. But yeah, might need to take some time off so you can actually rest and heal.
Oh, fiddlesticks. What? Okay, so let's get into Black Excellence this week. I'm going to do 3 quick ones. First, going to St. Augustine University, who's starting the first ever HBCU women's rowing team in the country. So apparently, Howard University, which sponsored a rowing team in the 1960s, did like an Instagram post, I think in 2020, that was Rowers for BLM. And it was sort of like a tribute to Black rowing team members and their very first African-American rowing team. Mm-hmm. So that post sparked some interest in SAU students to look into the history behind rowing in HBCUs, and surprise, surprise, they didn't find much. So they decided to do something about it. And now the School of Business, Management, and Technology at SAU has launched the first HBCU women's rowing team in the country with an SAU professor named Dr. Mark Janis, who's going to be coaching them through virtual competitions and indoor training sessions. And so congratulations to them. I think that's awesome. And I'm in love with Black people, especially young Black people who are just like, oh yeah, I'm going to fill this gap. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to reach for the stars and try something outside of, the wheelhouse, maybe.
It's wonderful. I mean, I don't even really fuck with rowing like that, but anything Black people are doing, I'm all for. So go y'all.
Singer Victory Brinker, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, is the youngest opera singer in the world. So now I did not know this because I'm not, I don't watch America's Got Talent or anything like that much. Mm-hmm. But this child is famous, apparently. She was on TV winning awards and being sickening from a very, very young age. And so she got a recording contract at the age of 7 years old. And while...
What? Oh my God. How old is she now? I know
She was 7 in 2019, so she's probably like 10, 11 now.
Yeah, she's probably going to turn 10. Wow, she is a child.
Yeah, little girl.
Oh my God, look how cute she
adorable
is.
thing. Adorable. So yeah, she slayed all of these TV competitions and things, got a record deal, and according to her posts, she said she was performing on Italian TV and was surprised with this title. I'm like, just go off. Just go off.
Yeah, just slay then, little girl. Oh my God, I'm looking at her Instagram now, and she's just so adorable.
Yeah,
I cannot.
Really
I have to hear her voice. 9 years old singing like this. I bet she do.
Last but not least, I don't think we ever mentioned Ketanji Brown Jackson being confirmed as the first Black woman on the U.S. Supreme Court. Did we ever talk about that?
I mean, it sounds crazy that we would not have even mentioned it, but knowing us, like crazy, but also plausible. So maybe we didn't.
If we didn't, and there's a good chance we did.
I mean, right.
But if we did not, ma'am, congratulations.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's an amazing thing to see. You're beautiful. And I still want to speak to the 47 days. I don't care. I just want to have a conversation.
I mean, you already know what it is. I'm honestly surprised it wasn't worse than that, knowing how these motherfuckers are. But yeah, I think with COVID and school and work and trying to keep myself alive, I have not been super tapped into what's going on. But obviously I saw that news. And so, yeah, incredibly overdue. And of course, a Black woman had to be way better than everybody else and extremely hella more qualified than everybody else, including the current justices. The credentials are impeccable, and still white people are like, not gonna do it though, because I don't like that. And critical race theory and dreadlocks. So it's just like, okay, girl.
Right.
This fucking country is a mess, but there is a Black woman doing something.
Well, good luck to her.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
exactly. You gotta work with them niggas? Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Half of them drunk. Woo.
All right. So let's get into this week's Hot Tops pop culture segment extraordinaire extravaganza. Bitch, did you see the
I sure did. I sure did. And I knew you was going to say it. Yes, I did. And I said, well, we already know who I'm rooting for. My absolute
the girlies know.
Back. Yep, she's back.
This one's tough for me because I love Monet Exchange.
Same.
I really like most of these queens. I think the only one I'm not familiar with is the Vivienne because I haven't watched RuPaul's Drag Race UK yet. I've only seen clips of some of the stuff that she did on there, so I know she's a good queen. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm surprised it's such a small cast. All Stars is always kind of tiny though, huh?
I mean, yeah, and the way they have dragged out this current season of regular ass Drag Race.
Bitch!
I'm actually not mad because it looks like we're going to be able to get through this in like 6 to 7
Now
weeks.
that you mention it.
God damn. God
Girl,
damn.
I said, how the fuck are we on episode 14? We got more bitches on this show than when we started. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, this season has lasted an eternity. So
you look back at some of the girls that were on, like that got chopped like first. It's like, what season were they on?
Right.
It's like
it was 5 months ago.
Wonder be over there playing get the chocolate. Girl,
yeah, the chocolate bar whole like. When Cornbread left, y'all should have thrown that chocolate bar shit out the fucking window and said, damn, we don't need no more like prolonging this fucking season. But whatever. I was grateful for the double Shantae last week because those are two of my favorite queens who ended up in the bottom. And as much as, I mean, I have favorites for this season, but mainly I just have one person that I do not want to win. And if I say it out loud, that'll probably be the bitch who wins. So let me not.
Oh, you just have to tell me later then. And I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
I mean, you could probably guess, but
yeah.
Yeah, this
two names?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
This all-star cast, first of all, this is The photo is really giving me like Real Housewives with all
I can see that.
It's giving me like
I see that.
a Housewives
Actually,
cast photo.
Housewives wish. If it was the real drag wives of, West Hollywood, then yes.
Right.
I could see that. But there ain't a single Bravo cast that could ever turn it on a promo
that's true.
promo photo like this.
It's true.
They look so pretty.
Yeah, I am impressed by the lineup, and I mean RuPaul knows how to keep me with this shit on my fucking DVR. Okay,
True.
She knows. Every time I say,
we didn't even mention
done.
If you haven't heard, this season of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars is consists of all winners of previous seasons of the show, which is something that they've talked about doing for there are little rumors of them doing an all winner season. Yeah. Honestly, I thought if they did an all winner season, it would be like a completely different thing, not an All Stars. But I think it's 8 girls. Raja, who won season 3, Jinx Monsoon, who won season 5. Jinx Monsoon also did some voice work on Steven Universe, just throwing that out there. Monet Exchange, one of my faves, All Stars 4 winner. Trinity the Tuck, All Stars 4 winner. Evie Oddly, who won season 11, and then the Vivian won Drag Race UK season 1. I think they have 3 seasons of that show now.
Yeah.
Jada Essence Hall, who won season 12 not too long ago, and then Shea Coulee, All Stars 5 winner. So everybody knows Shea Coulee is like the Naomi Campbell of drag for me. She's my fave. She's just it's just an effortless slay each and every time.
Yeah.
I really enjoy all of these girls, but she's my favorite. And Monet, I love. I just think she's hilarious and beautiful and funny, and I love her podcast with Bob. So
yeah, this is gonna be fun.
They're the 2 that I'm rooting for the most, but I really enjoy all of these girls, so I'm going to be tuning into this for sure. You're right. RuPaul knows how to just get you back.
Bring me back every fucking time. You sure do.
And they're already talking about congeniality seasons, and there's so many weird spinoffs that they could do with this show.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of girls, so.
They talked about doing a season of all girls who went home first.
Didn't they do that last season with the pork chop thing? Was it?
They did a challenge, I think, on girls that went home first, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was some kind. Yes, that's what it was. They brought back some of the girls who went home first, but there was a twist last season with nobody wanting to be the pork chop, but then I mean it was kind of it was kind of like this season and that first episode how it was immediate lip sync battles, and then half the girls are going home, but then really it's just these 2, but then these hoes is actually coming back. It's I enjoy the theatrics, but not when that means we have a 19 episode season, because this has been going on for too long. So
true,
but whatever I'll be watching.
How many grueling fucking things can you put these girls through, and how much motherfucking clothes they gotta pack?
Right, and how long I'm sure they send you a list of what they are planning to do in any given week, but George's must have had 14 suitcases. And how long do you expect these girls to sit in a hotel room with no phone and no friends, no family, just every
give
day?
Someone the crowd, just losing it. Right. I don't even care if I win at this.
Yeah, no, Georgia skipped her ass right on down that runway. She was ready to go home.
Bye,
yes,
girls.
Georgia said, I'm not meant to work this hard. I'm pretty, and I'm going home.
Yeah.
To be kept like I deserve.
Well, May 20th, if you're interested in checking that one out, to be streaming and all of that. Will Smith update. Apparently, he's been banned from attending the Oscars for 10 whole years.
Oh, no.
Oh.
How sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will suck.
The board has decided for a period of 10 years. Oh, this is the Academy President David Rubin and CEO Don Hudson. This Thursday. The board has decided for a period of 10 years, from April 8th, 2002, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any academy events or programs, in person or virtually. Bitch, they said we don't want to see your face
at all. Right.
You be lucky if Jane can come because it look like that.
I mean,
including but not limited to the Academy Awards. The 94th, I'm not reading all of this. So Will was like, I respect their opinion and all of that tea. And then, of course, the internet did what they want to with it and all of the different opinions. Personally, I feel like everyone's fine. 10 years. A lot of people were like, oh my God, that is such a long goddamn time. The girls are okay. It's plenty of time. It's enough time for everybody to get out all of their terrible jokes, for Chris Rock to host a couple more times, and for, Tyler Perry to figure out just how they're going to do some sort of emotional reel when year 11 comes by and a much older Will Smith comes to the award show and claps like Pursuit of Happiness or whatever. Like, this is rich people business at this point, girl.
Yeah, and I'm very, very over this story. I mean, I feel like I've been over it since about 2 hours after the slap happened. So the fact that it is still in the news and white people continue to make it into this giant deal, like, I just don't see it. I never have, and I'm very tired of it. Let's all
I think we're done. And we're not done, technically, but it's like, we're not, because there's going to be loads of comments and, it's just another cultural thing, another pop culture.
I get it. I do.
Thing.
I just, white people's
But as far as the action itself, like, you got your punishment. We done here? Everyone done?
Yeah.
Gonna go get some cookies?
Can Amy Schumer stop acting like she was personally victimized? Can we all just move on? Amen.
Rihanna spoke with Vogue magazine, which she's currently on the cover of, about being pregnant, cravings, her baby father, the album you're never getting. Being sexy in her maternity looks, and all sorts of things. Now, obviously, she looks fantastic on the cover. She's all pregnant and red and wearing stilettos and shit like that.
Yeah.
Her cravings are apparently chocolate-covered donuts and tangerines sprinkled with salt, which doesn't sound crazy.
It really doesn't. Even the salty fruit is not... I mean, my grandma used to put salt on tomatoes and watermelon.
I'm Jamaican. We put salt on all the fruit.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, she looks, like you said, she looks absolutely gorgeous. This bitch. What, you don't like this red jumpsuit?
No. I lost my train of thought.
You sure it's not COVID? Because that's some COVID shit.
Is it?
Yes.
I promise I was like, I don't remember what I was about to say. I've tested 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, no. I mean, I believe you. I'm just saying COVID causes like brain fog and niggas be like, what was I literally just saying 3 seconds ago? Don't remember, but yeah.
Any time you're ready, Jesus. Whenever you choose. So the doll baby was talking about all of her, her clothing and things that she's been wearing, and saying how she said, when I found out I was pregnant, I thought to myself, there's no way I'm going shopping in no maternity aisle. I'm sorry. It's too much fun to get dressed up. I'm not going to let that part disappear because my body is changing. I love that Rihanna doesn't consider maternity wear dressing up. She was like, all of that shit is so fucking ugly that it's like, that's not fun. Like,
yeah,
there has to be maternity fashions that are still turning it and having where you can have a good time. But I always hear about it, by and large, being kind of drab or not so fun or just whatever. But then again, Rihanna is like a fairy mutant model lady.
There is that. Yeah, like not really, like obviously human, but just her this bitch is so gorgeous, and she was never gonna have to go get like the stretchy pants with the big maternity cloth on them or whatever out of Target anyway, like the rest of the girls. Like, she was never gonna have to.
But that's my thing. It's like, I would, in my mind, in my imagination, if I had the parts that do this and I found myself with child, I would want to be comfortable all the time. I would completely throw away my looks and just swell in sweatpants, you know?
Yeah.
Like, is that not your
Same.
time to just say, this is it? This is where I turn down for a bit, and I will see you girls on the other side of this extreme metamorphosis I'm going through. This growing person. But Mama's like, no, I'm still going to turn it. Still going to be sexy. Still going to show some skin.
And good for her, because she does look absolutely amazing. But yeah, like the idea that she was ever going to be some regular ass, you know, I mean, I hate to say boring because pregnancy is anything but, you know, she was never going to be like every other pregnant woman out here. You know, she was always going to be able to turn it and do whatever she wanted to and still play with fashion and all the rest of that. So yeah,
I mean, I don't know who's criticizing it. Like, who's been shocked at her looks. Have we not all just been having a good time? Because I saw in this interview that, you know, there are allegedly been critics who have been talking about how much she's been wearing or how little she's been wearing, and I'm just like, where? Because I haven't seen. I mean, again, I don't tap too deep in to a lot of it.
Yeah, it's probably on Instagram.
I probably tweeted for 2 consecutive days a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's enough of that. So, I mean, at this point, girl, I don't know who it is who could possibly be complaining about somebody else who's walking around in their skin with their child wearing what they want, but yeah, it's a life on Earth. It doesn't shock me.
Yeah, I'm just happy for her because she looks thrilled, so...
She talks about that man, and
we're never interested in the boyfriend.
We're never interested.
Fiance,
in the
husband, whoever. We never care.
Yeah, we don't care.
We don't.
If you're happy, I'm happy for you, girl. She did talk about how they went on a road trip from Los Angeles to New York, and at some point she was cooking on a quote unquote janky grill, and he was tie-dyeing t-shirts that he got from the gas station. And I'm like, that is cute. That's cute.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think it's cute because why are you doing that?
Right. Why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all tie-dyeing t-shirts and cooking on some random outdoor grill like in the park? Where it's just like, please tell me.
I think it's really only cute because it's like they're wealthy and I don't understand.
Doing regular
like,
broke nigga shit.
You're doing regular fun shit to just be regular. Yeah. And this apparently was also like during COVID when they got really close or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. So. Rich people having a little bit of regular nigga fun. I'm happy for you. I ain't tie-dyed nothing since I was probably 9 years old, but you know.
I'm talking about
if y'all had a good
elementary school when they taught us how to do it. I don't know nothing about how to tie-dye.
It was definitely a day camp when we was bundling up them t-shirts with rubber bands.
Yeah.
And chucking them in them pans. Yeah. Yep.
And getting water and coloring shit all over the place. It was never my tea. Can we just buy one? I did like you know, I guess they admitted that they weren't planning to have a kid. And Rihanna said, she said, I don't know when I ovulate or any of that type of shit. We just had fun.
She said, an app for what?
Girl, whatever.
I mean, and when you have that kind of money, you can do that. You can just fuck and not give a damn because you got it. No matter what happens, you got whatever you need to handle it. I did see that she said she would, you know, prefer to raise the baby in Barbados, but that realistically, that's probably not going to happen. And I'm like,
probably not.
Yeah. And I thought that's interesting because I could have sworn we said, you know, she probably wants to take her baby back home and be like, yeah, hell yeah. In fact, I would be hard pressed to find a reason to stay in the States.
Chris will go show up to Barbados with her baby and be like, I came home to raise my baby. What? You're not from here? I know, but I thought we could talk about it.
Mm-hmm. It's somebody's home. I came here to raise my baby in private without...
Rihanna said it's nice.
Right. I came here before and it was real cute. Yeah, y'all's rum punch is good. So, when I'm done breastfeeding, I'm going to be right back on that.
I'm sure that baby will spend loads of time in Barbados.
Definitely.
Somebody told me that his daddy is Bayesian too, which I did not know that A$AP Rocky had.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Bayesian family,
I don't know why I thought he came from a long line of Harlem niggas, like born and raised.
That's what I assumed. I don't even know if that's true. Y'all could have been lying to me.
Right.
But either way,
good for her.
I'm all for it. Good for you, ma'am. I don't even know what she said about that album. The album part was just like what you would expect for people to say about albums that they don't want to talk about.
I love it. I'm working.
It's going to be so
hard.
different. It's so great. It's my realest sound yet. So excited. Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to have a Gemini. She looks just about ready to pop, but yeah, I'm going to guess. I'm guessing either an Aries or a Gemini. Just based off how she looks, but yeah, happy for her.
Fire sign.
Oh Lord.
Fire sign.
Oh Lord. What is Rihanna's
Don't do
sign?
that, please.
I don't know why I'm thinking Scorpio.
I don't know. Wait, what's Rihanna's birthday?
Let's see.
It's a national holiday.
Oh, she's an Aries. Oh no, Pisces sun.
I was about to say.
Pisces.
What is this?
Oh, she just had a birthday, February 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
A$AP Rocky, October 3rd. Was that a Scorpio?
I want to say Libra.
No. Yeah.
Huh.
Why am I even looking this up as if I know anything about this
really
stuff? It does, I have no new information. None.
Right.
I mean, I know their birthdays. I can't do anything with their signs. I don't even know why I get tied up in that shit. Bitch, I can't tell you nothing about it except a little tiny bit about fire signs and that we're all crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue.
So Donald Glover pissed some people off in this interview that he did with Interview, where he interviewed himself.
That's not an interview.
I don't, right. But I don't.
It's not an interview.
I don't.
No.
I'm still confused. Because I don't really. How? I mean.
No.
I'm assuming he just wrote the whole thing, you know?
Right. I mean, you may have even come up with some questions, but it's not. You know what? I'm not even going to sit here and nitpick about it, but obviously not an interview. So
Donald Glover comes out of his whole.
Oh Lord!
I meant like a groundhog.
The whole cancel culture thing. I was like, please, I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna just close this window right now because this cannot get any better from here.
Donald Glover comes from out underneath the rock, not very often, which is something I understand. Currently, we're in the 3rd season of Atlanta. The 4th season, I believe, is already done. So there's that. And then he's doing music again. And he's got another show coming to Amazon Prime, I think, a Mr. and Mrs. Smith series. So I'm sure his team was like, look, nigga, you need to start talking to people and tell them things. I know that's what this was. And he was like, fine, but only if I can interview myself. And they were like, what? Only if I can interview myself. I ask the questions. I answer the questions. I'll do it if I can interview myself. And they were probably like, girl, fine. Whatever. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just whatever. Well, like, fine. Let's just fucking get it done. And don't forget to mention the fucking show. And, don't say anything about whatever.
It just didn't make sense. And still doesn't. The entire idea was...
The whole thing felt
a
like
little
very
ridiculous.
trolling.
Yeah.
I felt like I was being trolled for a good portion of it. I read the whole thing. And I found some of it interesting. Some of it was just like, okay, I get it. Like, social media is annoying and everybody's tired and you're really smart or whatever. So specifically the part that got under some nigga skin was when he asked himself, I don't know how to even say this. Okay.
Right.
So when he goes...
Absurd.
Okay, so let's call the Donald that's doing the interviewing Glove.
Okay.
And then
okay.
the one doing the answering is just Don.
Okay.
So Glove asks, speaking of Malcolm X, you hear what Dr. Umar said about you? Now, this actually on the website links to the following tweet. I just realized it's going to make me read a tweet from Dr. Umar Johnson. It says, Childish Gambino's video, this is America. Childish Gambino's video contained powerful metaphors, but once the contradiction of a white queen surfaced, it diluted his message. Jesus. Yes, he has a right to discuss the Black experience, but wanting to have that experience with a white woman clearly says he doesn't value it enough. So back to this interview. Don laughs and says, yeah. Glove says, what did you think? He says, it's old footage. I think he has some interesting ideas, but I disagree with him on that one.
You would, obviously.
I mean, obviously.
Obviously.
He's then asked, I do think it's interesting to separate marriage as a political act. Well, that's not a question, so never mind. Yeah, I guess, says Donald. But then where does it end? How would I know if something's for me if it's all a political act? Glove says, are you afraid of Black women? And he says, why are you asking me that? I feel like your relationship to them has played a big part in your narrative. To which Don says, I feel like you're using Black women to question my Blackness.
Oh my God.
And then it goes into him like teaching his kids to be Black and not wanting them to be light-skinned kids that say they don't see race or whatever.
Okay. A real concern, under certain circumstances.
I mean, the interview is still up at interviewmagazine.com. There's lots of...
It's so bad.
Weird comments about all sorts of things. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. I just was like, yeah. Like I read it and I was like, Yeah. Well, that's my time, folks. I really don't know what else. It felt like what I would read from the mind of, a nigga with a farm and a white painting wife. I don't know what to do with this information.
Yeah, I did not see the purpose of this. And the whole, I'm interviewing myself thing really seems ridiculous when he's saying shit like, I hate talking about race unless I'm talking with other Black people. Like, are you not talking to another Black, are you not talking to your own Black ass self? Like, what is so some of the answers he gives they don't make sense unless he's actually talking to somebody else. And the format of this, I think that just really frustrated the fuck out of me. This whole interview, I don't think it's interview, again, big air quotes, is not good. I don't care for it, but it would have been so much better if it was just some personal essay. This whole format of him asking himself these questions and then being oh, well, you already asked me that. Bitch, you are asking you. Why is this happening?
I'm telling you, it reeks of someone told this nigga that he needs to stop saying no to interviews. And he was like, I will just interview myself. And he gave the most trolling, patronizing, whatever ass interview possible. and then probably turned it in, and they were like, you know what? You're right. We'll never ask you to do this again.
Yeah. I mean...
Because some of it's like, since you're the one doing the interviewing, like, it's confusing. I don't understand why you would dance around a question or like not answering a question when you don't have to answer the question because you didn't have to ask the question because you asking the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just...
Like, is the whole thing supposed to be is it supposed to be like a statement on interviews? And why is he standing outside of Taco Bell looking like a broken Cupid football player? I need help.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like...
I don't like this. I mean, I don't like... No. And I'm okay with not getting it. If this is just, so avant-garde and I just am too much of a regular ass basic hoe to get it, then I'll be that. But this entire idea of having a celebrity interview themselves and then write it up as though someone else is asking them these questions and to read these responses as though like he is not the person asking himself this, that pisses me off so bad that like I just don't even want to. I did not even want to read the entire thing.
Why does it make you angry?
It did. It made me angry because don't pretend like you're not talking to yourself. This whole, well, what do you mean by that? Bitch, you're asking yourself. So what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean by that? You're saying it like you're talking to somebody else when you're not. And that upsets me. That literally angers me. Don't play with me. Just answer the fucking question. If you're going to write out some questions for yourself, then just fucking answer them. This whole, I think you're just milking me. I feel like you're just saying this. You're using black women to question my blackness. Girl, you're asking yourself these questions.
Right.
Stop playing with me. I'm sorry. I hate it.
The Real has been canceled after 8 seasons, contrary to a couple of you who can't discern an L from a D. But...
Oh, no. No, they didn't read it as the read.
Some people have been struggling with that for those 8 seasons.
Bless them.
It's just, there's a whole other section to a D.
Mm-hmm.
So the Variety reported that the girls over at Fox have decided not to renew the show for a 9th season. And don't worry, it has nothing to do with Jennifer Hudson coming through with a daytime show on Fox later this fall.
Mm-hmm.
And probably everything to do with the fact that don't nobody watch The Real no more.
That's what I would think. Plus, ain't old girl pregnant or about to have a baby or just had a baby? Maybe maybe everybody is ready to just go do something else. Yeah.
Maybe. They've had a lot of shifts in cast. Obviously, they, booted Tamar's ass because she, black.
Lord help me. I can't even think about Tamar on that show without thinking about the most amazing clip of all time, which is it's rude and it's disrespectful.
It is really, and it lays the groundwork for everything that was to come.
And it should not be funny.
It shouldn't. It
should not be funny. So, and I feel like a bad person for laughing at that the way that I do.
I mean, we're all bad people. All we can do is repent.
So, maybe Tamar and the Tamartians feel a sense of redemption here. Maybe they feel, like justice has been served.
Who else left the show? Tamara left the show to be a mom or whatever.
That was needed. She needed to go.
There's a whole bunch of goddamn people on this show. I forgot Amanda Seales was on the show for a couple weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that was grand opening, grand closing. She came. Right
she walked in and did a U-turn.
And walked right back out.
She was like, actually, this is
I don't think so. Nope, not me and not this.
Well, I mean, you know what? 8 seasons is like a really lengthy. I think daytime is different than scripted television and stuff. But 8 seasons is a long time for a show. They won 3 Emmys, I believe, 2 NAACP awards. I mean,
good for them.
good for them. And hopefully they're going to go and, do other things, write books and, I don't know, act, sing, whatever you guys want to do. Lonnie blamed it on COVID, apparently. She said, in the end, the real cast and crew did everything we could to scale the show down. We shot 7 to 8 shows in 3 days. Ooh.
Hell no.
No audience, made a conference room into a studio. But in my opinion, COVID costs killed the show. It's been a great ride, and thanks to the viewers for 8 great seasons. COVID's expensive.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
I heard.
That's very true.
Like the height of it, the COVID, shooting through COVID is like...
The testing alone.
But all of the weird shit that you have to do to make everything follow protocols and as safe as possible. You have to feed people different. It's just like everything.
All the PPE that you have to have for everybody, not just the actors, like everybody on that fucking set has to have. It's a lot of money. It is.
Drivers.
So
everybody.
Right. Wouldn't be shocked. I mean, yeah, if it was canceled because they just could not, keep up with the cost of the show no more, then that makes a lot of sense. Because I felt like niggas, I mean, I'm going to be real, mainly gay niggas, but I felt like gay niggas watched that show.
Yeah, no, the show did well.
Yeah. So, but COVID is out here. Shout out to us being able to go remote. Because the read, if we had to keep going to the studio, the read would have been over March 2020.
Chopped cheese. Okay.
Like, well, bye, girls. It's been fun. I'm going home. Yeah.
What else do I have here? So T.I. and the comedian that he got into it with last week that we spoke about, they have made their peace.
I hope he ran her money.
No, but he got her some French fries and I guess invited her over and got on Instagram Live with her. That nigga was never going to give her a nickel, dime, or penny. I don't know why he said that.
I really feel like she can take that to court. I really do. I do.
No,
I feel like she can.
Right.
She probably won't, but I feel like she could.
You're probably right if she really wanted to go there, but either way,
all right.
He's had a new chapter of drama in his comedy career. Apparently, he had a show in Brooklyn, which,
wow,
if you don't already know how this went,
T.I.'s not.
You must never been to Brooklyn.
Funny, right? I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you like Atlanta niggas might laugh and clap politely because you are Atlanta, but I don't know why you thought to bring that shit to Brooklyn.
And this was like apparently like a show that he was a part of a lineup. April Fool's. It was an April Fool's comedy show at Barclays with Eddie Griffin, Nick Cannon, Bruce, Michael Blackson, Rip Michaels, like actual comedians, stand-up comedians who've done it for
their whole careers,
like decades.
Yeah.
So a clip has been going around of T.I. getting the absolute light-skinned booed off of his motherfucking bones. Like,
oh, it's beautiful.
I don't even know what the joke was that he was trying to tell. I'm assuming it's not the first time he's told the joke or whatever. Maybe he was just struggling with delivery or it just wasn't fucking funny. Either way, Brooklyn ain't the place for it, because one thing that all New York is going to do is tell you to get the fuck off of the stage. And that's exactly what they did.
Amen.
To which he yelled that you got one more motherfucking album out of me. It's called Kill the King for motherfuckers like you. And then I guess he left.
Okay.
So the internet's been having fun with that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with
so
this man,
weird. So weird.
Michael Blackson had T.I. on his Instagram Live with him where T.I. claimed that the booing didn't bother him. That he loved it, in fact, and he didn't feel like they were booing him as in he wasn't funny. He said, I felt like they were booing me as, I dare you to be more funny. I dare you to overcome this.
Oh,
I dare you to do better.
No.
I feel like that's what they challenged me to do.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Sir.
That wasn't it at all.
I can assure you
it wasn't
that
constructive
Brooklyn,
bullying, nigga. Brooklyn was not.
they were saying, I dare you to get the fuck off this goddamn stage. I dare you to stop wasting my motherfucking money and my time.
Yeah.
I dare you to find something better to do with your goddamn time and days. So, but of course, Flip Wilson.
I admire that ability to spin some positivity out of a blatantly critical situation. Just like Paula Patton.
Yeah.
Did you see that video? Paula came to us live from vacation and said, well, you guys have seen my chicken video and
oh my gosh, guys.
Guess I ruffled some feathers. I would love to hear tips from other people. I'm very open to hearing different ideas how to do it, but it's my mom's recipe. It's my mom's method, and I'm always going to cook my chicken that way. And love and light and blessings to you all. And I just thought, to have the kind of money and the kind of security where you don't have to worry about public backlash or whether people are going to support you anymore or whether people are...
It's public backlash.
Right. But
you got to... I see where you're coming from. Yeah. If it's the worst, then fine.
To have not just the money, but the psychological security. You are just so secure in yourself. And you're just like, I understand y'all are mad. And I've honestly been laughing at some of your little nigger jokes. They've been funny. But me and my family adore our half-fried chicken. And we're going to continue to eat it this way. I said, you know what? That is a better attitude than I would have had if niggas was I would have never did that because 2 Black parents, but woo, that is a much better attitude than I would have had under the same circumstances.
Okay. When you're wealthy and on vacation.
Yeah, good for...
How about you kiss my ass?
I'm actually going to go back.
I bet she didn't take a single bite of any one of them wings. I bet you probably... No.
No, wings are for she eats wings twice a year, 4th of July.
Probably.
And maybe her daddy's birthday. And that's it. All the rest of the time, we're not doing that bullshit.
Well, Clifford, good luck next time.
Oh, no.
It happens to everyone.
No, don't let there be a next time.
I don't think
Don't do that. Stop. Don't do that no more. Don't go back on stage. I don't think
he's gonna stop.
No more. Don't do that no more. And it don't actually happen to everybody. Kid Fury is being nice. But everybody don't get booed off stage.
It happens all the time. You have to just be prepared to be heckled, to be booed. It's gonna happen. If I wasn't already so irked by T.I. and his habit of doing this when he gets backlash, then I would have been kind of like you, that's a great attitude to have for a new comic. Absolutely, fuck that. Be encouraged to keep going and things like that. But no. T.I. just irks the absolute living fuck out of me. And
he should not keep going.
I'm not gonna hate on his.
He should stop. He should stop it right now.
Comedy gig, I will just let it go as far as God is gonna take it. So.
And maybe this is where God dropped it off. I'm just saying. Don't be afraid to listen to the message from the audience and take that in. So,
bitch, this is the place to test your shit. Okay? This is where you come and find out what people really think about your jokes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, girls. That's it for Hot Tops this week. We're going to take a break, read your letters, come back. Take a break, come back, read your letters. Yeah, in that order. Hey guys, this week's episode is being brought to you by Quip. If you're looking for a beautiful smile and some solid equipment to keep one, then look no further than Quip. You can get your smile ready, making good habits easy with all the essentials you need to take care of your mouth. MOUF. The Quip electric toothbrush uses timed vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide on a dentist-recommended 2-minute clean, which is one of my favorite things about it. If I'm half asleep still in front of the sink brushing my teeth, I'm just I'm just going to keep doing this until she tells me to stop. It's a fantastic toothbrush. And it's loved by over 7 million mouths. MOUV. You can even upgrade with a new smart motor to track and improve your brushing and earn sweet rewards. You can build your whole routine with even more quip, like the reusable floss pick or the refillable mouthwash, which I also have. I love that everything comes in this neat, nifty packaging and stuff, which I always say it makes me feel like a secret agent, man. Just because it's sleek and sexy and fun. And I love when people think about packaging because it makes you feel things. It makes you excited.
It does.
And on top of that, they deliver brush heads, fresh floss, and other refills every month for just $5. No extra shipping cost. So if you go to getquip.com/theread right now, you'll get your first refill for free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/theread. That's GETQUIP.com/theread. Quip, the good habits company. Let's get back to the show. Okay, folks, it's time to read your mess. Make it hot.
Yes, it is. Send your letters to asktheread@gmail.com and we may read it aloud on the show. We have an update from Abby, who wrote us last week about her daddy who has dementia and be saying homophobic slurs, and her sister want her to carry him to the wedding and all this. Okay. So Abby said, my father has always been homophobic, but after several heated discussions, he at least refrained from using that particular word around me for several years. So that's why it was such a shock to my system that he had the black ass gall to say that to me, dimension or not. I guess y'all are right, and this hatred is just ingrained in him, much like the snow roaches and their death grip on racism.
Oh, shit.
Snow roaches.
No.
But it's
I'm dying.
okay, Abby, why did you say that? But it's not surprising.
That was great.
That entire side of the family is on my block list for being garbage, so there's really no reason why he should be the exception. None of his side of the family fucks with me, my mom, or my sister. So even if they had cars, they wouldn't be invited to her wedding anyway, so that's a chop. The only other person nearby who could take him is my mother, who is also his ex-wife of 15 years. But she don't want to be stuck in the car with his ass either, so I guess my sister is just shit out of luck because I'm not putting myself through that. I love my dad, and the whole reason I went over to his house in the first place was to spend time with him because he's always talking about how lonely he is, and I felt bad. But of course, that means that I forgot that maybe he wouldn't be so lonely if he wasn't such an asshole all the time. Thanks for the advice, and I love y'all, Abby. Thanks, Abby, for the update. I
saw a tweet from someone who was like, dementia can turn otherwise really loving sweet people into like monsters. But
or maybe it just reveals the facade that they had up the whole time. Maybe they're no longer able to keep it up. I don't know, because we did get an email from a medical doctor who was like, dementia will not create this in you.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, right, which, we thought. But sorry that you're dealing with that, but yeah, fully in favor.
We're not dealing with that.
Right. Fully in favor of being like, no, what you're not going to do is sit around and piss me off in the meantime. So let's dive into some new letters this week. This first one comes from Stephanie, who says, I'm a 27-year-old Black woman whose mental health has never been worse. I've been slapping on affirmations and journaling like Band-Aids and gauze, but it's starting to hurt more than help. I do have a therapist, but I feel like I waste her time, so I'm trying to look into other options to figure out what more I can do for myself. The worst part is that I feel completely drained by the process of trying to get better. I'm running into one dead end after another, and I'm starting to feel like the rest of my life is going to be affected by this thing that I can't name or stop. I'm kind of feeling disappointed in myself, and maybe that these feelings are just one more thing to deal with until further notice, kind of like taxes. I wanted to know if either of you had any tips or advice for getting through the hopelessness of mental health healing, or even ways to be kinder to yourself while you're feeling low. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, Stephanie. Oh,
okay, Stephanie. You want me to give you next week's lottery numbers too? Or
girl, if I could
Blue Ivy's phone number?
The way I would crack the whole code of sidebar. Did you see that clip of Miss Tina?
You know that I
on the Tamron Hall show.
You know that I did. First of all, Miss Tina voicing a character on Proud Family is excellent. And then her being a hair salon owner. I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fabulous. But Blue Ivy being the ones that's like, come on, Mom, let's get these lines.
Let's
run these lines.
Because you I'm just saying, Meemaw, you put a conjunction here where there isn't one, and that's not the line.
It's not what it says.
Maybe this is not for you, Grandma.
I just.
Blue said, what about cooking with Miss Tina? Let's bring that back.
Yeah. I know that they have so much fun.
You know they do.
I know that they're so cute together.
You know they do. BFFs, but she was like, yeah, everybody else was working. Blue was the only one available. like she had to check Blue's availability. And Blue was like, I can squeeze you in. Let's run these lines.
She was like, now, honestly, out of all the people, because you know Blue finna read you.
Right. But, needs must. Anyway, back to Stephanie.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
This is something that I'm literally struggling with right now. It's like, I feel like the only thing that I ever, the only thing I feel like I come back to all of the time is that life is really about ebbs and flows, or like it's a roller coaster. Like you're never always down. Like there are peaks that are sometimes just all too fleeting. Sometimes you might have a moment of peace or some sort of just like a giggle, something that just turns your mood up a bit. And maybe it only lasts an hour, but you feel like shit for weeks. And so it's like, I think sometimes it starts to feel like there isn't any hope because we have like difficulty grasping onto those hour-long moments if they're very short or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we struggle to focus or find how to expand them, how to nurture the parts of ourselves that found whatever that joy or peace was.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. There are ways to, I think, look after yourself. And however you can, just bring some semblance of calm or peace to yourself. Even if it's in a moment. For instance, I really enjoy falling into YouTube. What's that that term when you start doing something?
Oh, a rabbit hole?
Stop? Yeah, a rabbit hole. I love falling into YouTube rabbit holes and watching mostly videos of food, drag queens, video games, and other things I really like. And when I feel like shit a lot of the time, that gives me a little bit of something. And I don't know. Other than that, I'm just like, child, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here until I'm not here. And I don't know what next month is going to give. I don't know what next year is going to give. Mm-hmm. I don't know what next week or tomorrow is going to give. Now, mathematics tell me it's probably going to be very similar to many other days.
Come on, hope.
But at this point, it's just like, I don't know. Give it a chance. I don't know. This is a hard question to ask.
Yeah,
answer.
It is, because my mental health is also not great. And I'm also feeling, honestly, I'm pretty therapied out between my own therapy sessions and being in therapy school and being like a student practitioner. On top of that, I feel extremely weary of therapy, especially because I feel like it is so much a part of my life now that I should you learn early? That should is not a great word to use, but I just feel like, why am I still dealing with this? Why am I still, going through this? But for you, Stephanie, a little practical advice. if you feel like you're wasting your therapist's time, just tell her that. Because I just feel like being honest with her about the way you're feeling right now may help her to adjust the way that she is, talking with you during y'all sessions to maybe help you work through some things. But
I've done it.
I mean, yeah. I've told my therapist before, like, I feel like you hate me, and out of all your clients, I'm probably the worst one. And if you could just, block my number, you probably would. She's just like, so what would that mean? Or whatever. Like, they do the therapy thing, but it gets worked out eventually. But it also is helpful for me to watch children's programming because I find that it addresses stuff like this in a really basic way. And normally when my mental health is trash, I need things. I adore adult programming, obviously, but like just turning on some tab time and having Tabitha Brown be like, today we talked about oranges and we went to the Grove and we saw how different things grow and, like just basic shit. And whatever feelings you have is perfectly fine because those are yours. And, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Like children's programming just has a way of really paring things down to the basics and talking about what really matters. And so I found
just giving your brain a fucking break.
Right. Or that. But sometimes like I'm dead ass because I be pulling up Tabitha Brown's YouTube show and she'd be like, can I tell you something? I'd be like, yes, Miss Tab. Like I be over here into it. I do. I be over here into it. Don't get me started. I be doing the crafts, little snack time, all that shit. It can help for me anyway. Yeah. So
I mean, I think that, I've made peace with the fact I'm going to require therapy forever, medication likely forever. Tough, could be worse. And also, like, I try to remember, like, I've said to my doctor before, almost the reverse, where it was kind of like, I don't feel like this is doing shit. Like, not just, like, I don't feel like I'm I feel like I'm wasting your time, but more like I feel like you're wasting mine. I feel like all of this is a waste of my time. None of this is making me feel any different. I'm still struggling.
Yeah.
Sure, I have some weeks where I'm not as depressed, filled with anxiety, suicidal as others. But we land back here. Sometimes, somehow, some way we find a way back here. So what the fuck are we doing this shit? Like, and I have spoken to her like this. Like, just like that, cussing and all. As soon as, like, years ago, when I would cuss a little bit here and there to, like, slip up because I'm, like, frustrated or sad or whatever, emotional. And I would apologize and she'd be like, I don't care if you curse. She does not.
Yeah.
Like, unless she's repeating something that I just said. But
mine does.
She was like, I don't care if you curse. And once that happened, it was like, okay, girl. So when I need to, we're going to get that out. That is very healing. But anyways, one of the things that my doctor spoke to me about just even a couple of weeks ago, I was like, girl, do you think this is the end all be all of, do you know how many fucking forms of therapy there are that you haven't tried yet?
That's true.
Like, calm down. There are other things you can do that are are more interactive, more involved, have more, moving parts or whatever besides me speaking to you. There are other types of therapists that you can see if you feel like you're still struggling or if there are other things you just want to give it a try. Like, this isn't the end of your options.
Yeah.
But it's just easier to get defeated and say, fuck all of this. The world sucks. All y'all bitches are dumb. I don't want to talk to y'all. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's easier to do that sometimes than like go and try your 10th thing, and hope that's going to be the thing that's going to make a world difference.
Yeah.
So it's about, I think, taking time with yourself, finding ways to just keep your head on, even in your lowest. In the meantime. And again, to me, that means anything from watching drag queens on YouTube, tab time, go eating tangerines with salt, go, walking people's dogs for them. Whatever.
Yeah.
A small thing that maybe is only a few hours long, but it just kept your mind at ease. Like focusing on how to do that in the meantime while also taking your time, because not everybody can like hop up and go get help right away. Right. Some people go, I have medication I need to pick up right now that's been at the goddamn pharmacy. Why have I not gone and picked it up yet? Because that would require me to get the fuck up and leave my house yet again, besides walking around the block with this bitch.
You better leave that baby alone.
And I'm not taking her into the fucking pharmacy.
Why not? She deserves to shop.
Because she just want to be in everybody's goddamn face all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're in a line of people.
She's like trying to sniff all over niggas.
She's just like,
you want to go play?
Why are you keeping me from my fans?
And I know white people be like, oh my God. I know white people love dogs.
She got a fresh haircut now too.
Oh, can't tell her nothing.
Can I pet her?
Oh, she want to be in the streets. She trying to hit the streets.
Oh, girl, when I'm trying to pick up my crazy meds and just go the fuck, like, girl, we're not here for no motherfucking party. Ain't no ice cream and cake in this bitch. I'm here for my crazy pills and to get the fuck out.
You're not here for a party. Link is here for a fucking party.
I don't even want to be here, bitch.
Link said, I adore being here.
That's time for every 2 seconds. Two people say, Yorkie, how old is she? I don't want to talk about this bitch.
Yeah. That's real. Yeah, Stephanie, I think there's some useful advice in here, hopefully. And just acknowledging to yourself that this is difficult and it is not going to be an easy thing to learn to manage or to, overcome, if that's a possibility for you. Like, this is not easy. There's a reason why people don't be doing the work. There is
it's
reason.
Incredibly grueling.
Yes.
It's very hard.
Yes.
It's very exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But start with the fact that you are not wasting your therapist's time.
Yeah. Because you're not. But, if you need to talk to her about it, maybe that can open some things up. Y'all can have a different kind of conversation. And that may bring you some relief. But best of luck in taking care of yourself. Stick with it. Love and light and happiness and rainbows and all that. Let's move on. Our next letter comes from... okay, Tyler. Tyler says, my ex and I broke up a few weeks ago, and I've been doing better these past few weeks than I have for several months. We were together for a little over a year, which is the longest relationship I've ever been in. We broke up because she wanted me to be the source of her happiness and wellness, and that's a lot to put on one person. On top of dealing with my own issues, I am currently in grad school and am studying for my MCAT that I'm taking in June, so I've really been going through it lately. It felt like I had to be my own rock and hers, and I just could not handle that. Yesterday, she asked me to send her $200 for some shoes she gave me, as well as some food that she left over here.
What?
I don't know, groceries? But my question is, do y'all think I should send her this money or just give those things back? I'm in favor of not giving her anything and just giving her back her things, mainly because I have spent at least $500 on buying her weed, buying her some clothes and food. So by that logic, I should be able to ask for my money back too, right?
Exactly.
Do y'all think it's fair for people to ask for money back after a breakup? Or do you think whatever money two people spent on each other in the relationship shouldn't have to be repaid like some loan? I can understand if a child or a whole marriage was involved, but we were together for a little over a year and did the regular things that people in relationships do. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, Tyler.
Tyler, tell her to get in the bin. What the fuck is she talking about?
Not some food she left here. I said, oh, y'all are young.
Really? That's exactly what's going on here.
Groceries, girl.
Shoes and some rib tips. Are you out of your motherfucking dome?
I'm not reimbursing you for the oat milk you left in my house.
Get the fuck out of here. Hell no. No.
$200. Girl,
if she's that pressed about it, come and get these shoes. Matter of fact, I'll have somebody drop the shoes off to you if it's that pressed. And really, if you like them shoes, I wouldn't give them back.
Right.
What, you gonna take me to small claims court?
You not. Because the fees alone are worth more than this entire.
Like, it's not like when people are in relationships and things like that, you spend money on one another, whether it is for food, gifts, weed, trips, whatever the fuck the case may be. And you break up and now you want all your money back. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. You invested, you lost your investment, moving on.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think the only time I would ask for money back is if we actually had some kind of loan situation going on.
That makes
where
sense.
It's like, you owe me cash, and don't think that just because we broke up that you don't owe me that no more. But I don't believe in doing nice things for niggas either. So there is also that. But yeah.
I'm not buying no nigga no motherfucking gift and ever expecting to see anything about that ever again. This is why, like, y'all who be buying shoes and cars and stuff like that for somebody to be right off to the next bitch here, you have to think, because you already know. You already know once you break up and you see that nigga in that car, you're going to feel away.
Yeah.
Okay? So buy him something else. Get him something else. Anyways, to Tyler, no, I do not think that you need to start running back or give, your ex an invoice or whatever, unless you're Mariah Carey. Because Mariah sued that man for wasting her time and got
And I loved that.
Cold.
And I loved that. I thought that was amazing. I thought, what a moment for women.
Anyways.
Yeah, what a moment for feminism. But otherwise, no. Tell these niggas to kiss your fucking ass. My ex bought me all kind of shoes and shit. And what did I do with that shit? Gave it to Fran. I don't give a damn. And I wish you would have sent me a Cash App request or something about that. It belongs to me. Right. It belongs to me.
It's mine.
It belongs to me. You gave it to me and now it is mine. You can ask for it back. You can. Like, do I think it's tacky and stupid and ultimately fruitless? Yes. Do I think it's usually just a way of niggas trying to, like, worm their way back into the house? Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think it's really about the money. I think it's about, like, trying to talk to you again or looking for some support or encouragement or whatever else from you. Or
that's why I said, if you're going to give them shoes back, have somebody else drop them off over there, put them in an Uber or something like that. Like, you're not even going to see me to get these shoes at all because this is ridiculous. But honestly, I wouldn't even give the fucking shoes back or nothing.
No.
I wouldn't give you anything back. Get out your feelings. Move on. That is stupid. You want $200 for some sneakers and food? You sound crazy.
The food is what's really taking me down because...
Right. Some food she said she left over there. Girl.
Absolutely not. No, Tyler, stay strong. You sit down and you just focus on the MCATs, okay? You just worry about your
exactly it.
Yeah, because you getting ready for wherever the MCAT will let you go or whatever it will let you do. You getting ready for that. So,
I am studying my goddamn ass off in grad school, about to pull off my eyelashes in a pandemic, losing it. Betty White did, and you talking to me about some fucking $200.
And here you go talking about, well, I did leave some Cheez-Its at your house. Bitch. Absolutely not, Tyler. Might be time to block your ex's number, actually.
That
might really be time to do that.
She gonna need a hint.
Yeah. But it's time for her to move on with her life like you are trying to do with yours.
Exactly. So, amen.
Okay. You know what? Let's wrap up the questions right there. If you have a question for us, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take one more quick break and then we'll be back. Hey, y'all. Now's the time for spring cleaning, but it's just as important to take care of your mental health as it is the clutter in your home. Over the years, thoughts and emotions can build up and take up way too much space. And that's why it's important to talk to somebody who is trained in helping you declutter your mental space. Talkspace therapists are available to message anytime you need. It's a more flexible, convenient, and affordable way to get care. Once you match with one of their licensed therapists, you can message them anytime through the app or schedule a live session if you need some FaceTime. With 24/7 text, audio, and video messaging, Talkspace lets you talk to a licensed therapist without needing an appointment. They have thousands of therapists across dozens of specialties, and Talkspace is private and secure, so you don't have to worry about having your privacy or confidentiality compromised. Y'all know how I feel about therapy. Obviously, I've taken it entirely too far by going to therapy school, but it was Talkspace that helped get me back on the journey like 4 years ago towards pursuing better mental health and happiness and wellness for myself. Therapy can also help you get clear on some of the life situations that may have been stacking up, bothering you somewhere deep inside that you don't really know how to unpack or where to even start. So if things are piling up for you, a fresh perspective can help you feel a lot better. Match with your dedicated therapist today at Talkspace.com and use promo code READ when you sign up to get $100 off your first month. Again, that's $100 off your first month at Talkspace.com. Promo code READ. Take care of your mental health, and let's move on. Well, we all know online shopping isn't slowing down anytime soon, and it is super important for your business to be ready to keep up the pace. So make the switch to a solution that handles all your shipping needs quickly, affordably, and painlessly with ShipStation. ShipStation will save you time by funneling all your orders into one simple interface, no matter where you're selling. You can save money when you compare carrier options and choose the best shipping solution every time. Plus, your business will have access to the same discounted rates, usually reserved for the big Fortune 500 companies, and save your sanity knowing that your orders are handled and you're getting the best rate. 98% of companies that use ShipStation for a year keep using it for as long as they're in business. And ShipStation is already trusted by over 100,000 e-commerce sellers. We are included in that. Alex uses ShipStation to handle our merch orders over at shoptheread.com because it is so easy to use. And again, you save money while you're getting the best rates on these shipping solutions. You can ship more in less time with ShipStation. Go ahead and get started today by using offer code READ to get a 60-day free trial. That's right, girl. 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click the mic at the top of the page, and type in READ. With ShipStation, you can make ship happen. All right, let's wrap up the show.
All right, folks, we are back. It is time to wrap things up with our reads.
God bless
I just
it.
need rest.
Like I'm saying, listen, if we are not back next week, don't say nothing because rest is needed.
Y'all don't even have any fucking idea. This isn't even it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even it. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. You're right. It is. It's a lot.
Yeah, calm down. All right, so it's time for the read. Would you like to go first?
Yes, because I truly don't have much to say. By now, most of you have probably heard about this shooting that took place in Brooklyn in Sunset Park the other day. And I'm actually not here to talk about the shooting itself, but more about this absolutely ridiculous fuck nugget of a mayor that y'all put into office because
oh boy,
I cannot handle this man. First of all, he ran on like a very pro-police platform. As soon as he got into office, he hired a whole bunch more police officers and sent a whole lot more of them underground. If you've ever been to New York City, you know that the police are very much a part of the subway system, especially when you get closer to areas like Times Square or Bryant Park, when you get, to like the really heavily touristy areas, especially then. But the police are all over the fucking place. And so, of course, after this horrific shooting happened, the mayor's first line to the rest of us was how he is going to make sure that the subways are absolutely flooded with police and people don't feel safe because they don't see officers. That has nothing to do with it. People don't feel safe. If they don't feel safe, it's because they live in New York goddamn city. It is not because they don't see police officers on the fucking train. Because what I feel like Eric Adams is missing here, and maybe the COVID has, caused some brain fog and he's just not thinking things clearly, but I kind of doubt it. What he is missing is that police be on the trains all the fucking time, on the platform, outside of the stations, and do not do nothing to stop this shit. They don't stop it. When there was that shooting in Times Square, that shit happened in Times goddamn Square. Police, like 30 police, every 5 feet in Times Square, and they did not stop nothing from happening. When that man a couple of months ago pushed that lady off of the platform onto the track since she died, police, once again, they don't stop nothing. The police are not even the ones who caught this nigga. Like, the police didn't do nothing as far as this whole situation goes when it comes to actually solving the crime or preventing it from happening in the first place. But that be the first thing y'all say every time something go down. Oh, well, we need more police. We have police. They are everywhere. Them niggas have a budget of like $2 billion and they have not fixed nothing. So why?
The police of the subway to pay attention to you or do something. You just got to jump the turnstile.
Or, not have nothing else and move yourself and the few belongings you do have underground so you can stay out of the goddamn elements, because then Eric Adams will make sure that the police come by and kick you out and move you and your things and just displace you altogether. That's what he's more worried about, the looks of things, not what the police actually do. We spend $10 billion a year on the fucking police. The one thing New York City do not need more of is police. Maybe we need more police who are actually going to do something, but we don't need a sheer increase in the number of police. Please stop this shit. Just let it go. It's bad enough that 10 people were shot. Everybody was freaked the fuck out. My classes that were supposed to be on campus ended up getting moved to Zoom. And because everybody is a therapy student, we ended up talking about our feelings and processing and shit all damn day, which was also exhausting. Like, it is plenty going on. The police don't fix problems, though. And you don't have to do much other than look at the data to see that. So shut the fuck up with this more police thing.
What is it? Yeah, whatever.
It don't matter. But yeah, that's literally all I have to say. I cannot stand Eric Adams. I can't believe that bitch just got in office. It feels like that man has been the mayor for years with the level of over it I am as far as he is concerned. Yeah. Girl. I mean, people on the scene talk about, the cops didn't seem stressed out. They seemed pretty chill, pretty relaxed, whatever else. Like, not even a sense of urgency with these bitches. Mm-hmm. The man allegedly called the cops on himself and was like, oh, yeah, y'all looking for me. I'm at St. Mark's and First Ave. Somebody who worked at a bodega spotted this nigga and was like, hey, are you not the shooter? Like, the police didn't solve the crime. They didn't prevent the crime from happening. So stop acting like police are the end all be all. They're not a solution. Yeah. That's it. I told you it was going to be quick. I'm done.
Okay, so I just have two things to say. First, to Tashina Arnold, with love, ma'am.
Oh, I don't want to know. No, I don't want to know. Don't want to know.
You don't?
I don't.
Tashina Arnold today tweeted, honest question, what can we as Black women in America do to stop aiding in the emasculation of Black men in America? I just want to say,
no.
Tashina, honest answer, not a motherfucking thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't understand why you feel like Black women need to do anything. And first of all, like, Black women, as far as I am concerned, have done enough, are doing enough. Emasculation is subjective, or the feeling of emasculation is subjective. Like, Black men have to, on their own, as individuals, not as a group even, individually need to understand
I'm worn out.
and spread the word that, women making more money than them, trans rights, gay rights, gay and trans representation in the media, none of that stops you from being masculine. None of it stands in the way of your manhood. And if you feel that it does, you have, again, individual work to do. I think the only way maybe a Black woman could help you is if she's your therapist. Also, there's plenty of thriving examples of masculinity within Black men. It's just most of the time it does nothing to serve you as a Black woman. Maybe that's why you don't really feel its presence. In fact, a lot of the most influential, quote unquote, masculine Black men don't give a fuck about you. So I'd say,
So
hopefully that helps.
I don't, you know what? I'm actually not even going to.
I mean, it's the same thing everybody has been saying.
I'm not even going to speak on, I don't know how I avoided that, but I'm not even going to speak on it because I could go for hours about that topic.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
emasculation, girl.
It's also like,
girl.
It's super, it's a narrative that's very common with people in that age range as well.
That's true.
So it doesn't shock me to hear it. So sweetheart, God bless. She followed it up by saying, still reading comments. 2 thoughts. Despite all, I will never be fearful of asking anyone question. Girl, it's the same thing that everybody always says after things like this. I'm going to keep asking questions. This isn't going to change me from asking questions. Black women and Black men need to heal together, etc. Okay, moving on. So I'm going to pass a read. Pass the read like we used to. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to probably do a little bit of editing as I'm reading this along because it's a little bit longer and I need to stop talking. But I enjoyed it. So first, let me just say that y'all's read passing is your opinions, your information.
Oh, Lord.
We here at The Read are simply a mouthpiece.
Oh, Lord.
We're simply passing on the information that you've given for entertainment purposes. This read is dedicated to the left minds of Chelsea Lucas, Travian Scott, and the rest of the Grambling State University Athletic Department because they've clearly lost their right ones. The utter disappointment of cutting all 19 student athletes from their volleyball program is the lowest of the low, and I'm certain there's a special place in hell for all of those involved. Okay, so first it says, volleyball in its highest competitive state at the collegiate and the Olympic levels have historically been a place of privilege for predominantly white athletes that have spent several years with private trainers and participating in club volleyball. While city parks and schools are littered with basketball courts and football fields for boys and girls, the availability for a Black child to experience indoor volleyball is next to none. By mere chance, if an inner city Black girl develops some affinity and or talent for volleyball, 9 times out of 10, they're met with underfunded high school programs with lack of access to skill camps or clinics, or a high school volleyball coach that is an ex-varsity reject from their own high school volleyball team that's just there to collect the stipend money so they don't have to start an OnlyFans. Quite frankly, only playing on your high school team simply is not enough if you wish to play in college or professionally overseas. With limited resources available, the budgets of the families for most Black female volleyball players are strained as they pour in upwards of $7,000 to $8,000 a year for their daughters to participate in club volleyball, receive adequate training, and travel near and far to tournaments, all to grab the attention of collegiate scouts that might be interested in recruiting these girls to come and play at their university. It takes crazy amounts of money, years of time sacrifice, and blood, sweat, and tears of effort to become a collegiate volleyball player, and the events that unfolded in the dismissal of these 19 athletes without the consideration of the above is a shame. Okay.
Mess.
First and foremost, to Chelsea Lucas. In the words of the great Regina George, do not trust her. You know the rest. For someone that has an overall record of 52 to 128 over a short 5-year coaching career, have you lost your Black ass mind? How dare you shatter the dreams of 19 young women that have poured countless years of preparation and hours upon hours of training dedicated to playing the sport they love at the collegiate level? As a Grambling State alumna and ex-player of the volleyball program itself, you would think that one would have a little compassion for current players once you took over at the helm of the program. But no, you came in reckless, never giving these ladies a shot. I have it on good authority that 9 of your UAPB, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff athletes immediately entered the transfer portal, and you've been transporting them back and forth from Arkansas to Grambling to hold spring training sessions. And you even had these young ladies to trying on uniforms for the upcoming fall season. And the dagger on the side is that you did nothing to even conceal it from the current rostered athletes, basically spitting in their faces. Since your arrival, you've done nothing but make trouble for them. You created new teams New team rules forcing all student athletes to live in the campus dorms, which if you've ever been to Grambling, you know that these dorms make the likes of Cabrini Green or Berry Farm look like a 5-star resort. And if these athletes already signed leases for the upcoming school year, you told them tough titty and to break the lease. Instead of utilizing spring practices for training and development, or even a thorough evaluation of the current athletes' abilities, you instead opted to make incessant demands, and when they're not met, you have them running more than the school's track team. Then you make the ultimate decision to cut every last player. On what grounds? Because they got more edges than you, girl. Bye. You were at Alcorn State for 3 whole seasons with a record of 15-74 and was fired. And quiet as it's kept, the only reason you left UAPB for Grambling is that you were about to get fired again since during the spring 2021 season, you decided to knowingly load your team on a bus with a player that was positive for COVID to go compete in the SWAC tournament. And it wasn't until your team got to the championship that those results came back positive officially, and your team was forced to forfeit, sending Jackson State to the NCAA tournament. Like the wise Lenithia Monique Leaks once proclaimed, you can never win when you play dirty. And I hope that these 19 girls find you in the darkest of alleys one night and drown your ass with the strongest of mace. If I were them, I'd put Gorilla Glue in that tired, stiff-ass blonde wig that you be wearing past weeks. See Exhibit A, and then literally put 3 pictures of this woman in the letter, all in blonde wigs, and each of them are bad.
Damn.
Have your ass in there looking like Tessica Brown. And the next time I attend where Grambling is playing, I will be right in the stands with a sign big as day that reads, "Fuck Chelsea Lucas," period. To Travian Scott, the Grambling State Athletic Director, for you to even throw your support behind a coach with such cruel intentions for the very student athletes that you're responsible for is grotesque and a clear indication that you don't give a flying fuck about these female athletes or any for that matter. Let us not forget that in February 2022, you announced the hire of former Baylor head football coach Art Briles. Yes, the same Art Briles that was fired from Baylor after he failed to take action regarding the numerous allegations and convictions for sexual assault by Baylor football players. You were willing to allow someone with such a negligent and recent past back on a collegiate campus to potentially perpetuate the same behavior, all for a few football wins. Is it really that fucking serious? These are people, student athletes, with the student part being the first and foremost priority here.
Right.
It is truly a shame that your choice to stand behind a coach that clearly had no intentions of caring for the well-being or scholastic futures of these ladies, and you deserve nothing but the worst for every malfeasance committed during your stint at Grambling. And lastly, to Brian Howard, Grambling State's Athletic Communications Director, for you to sit up on local news and fix your fat ass mouth to say, I hate to say out with the old, but in with the new a little bit. Sir, these aren't fucking couch pillows. These are humans, people, students, some of which don't even have an athletic scholarship and are a source of revenue for the university. Why would you even think to align the statement alongside these ladies? What if your wife divorced you and at the trial told the judge, I hate to say out with the old, but in with the new a little bit, and continued on to talk about your neck or your little dick or how your breast stank? Doesn't seem right, does it? What if someone said that about your mama? Or if you got let go from your job and then they said that about you? Doesn't feel right, does it? And to continue on with, obviously, we don't want them to be cut or lose their scholarships or whatever that might be or whatever that might look like. Okay, well, sir, what the entire fuck? That's exactly what it is and what it looks like. Choices rear consequences. Y'all chose to cut all 19 of these athletes, 12 of which were on an athletic scholarship per NCAA limitations. If you didn't want them to lose their scholarships, then you shouldn't have fucking cut them, because guess what? Now they don't have a scholarship. Is the institution going to continue to pay for their education? No. How about that raggedy ass athletic department? No. Are you going to come out of your own pocket and pay? Nope. Absolutely. Then how about you just shut the fuck up if you aren't going to demonstrate some tact and decorum when addressing the dismissal of these players? It's already bad enough that they're going through this, and here goes your old, unseasoned turkey neck head ass saying stupid shit, making things worse. Next time, don't say shit and just sit there looking like the unseasoned piece of fried chicken from Paula Patton's 138-piece batch that you are. Thanks, management. Also put a picture of him, I guess, to let me know what his white ass looks like. Sincerely, the cussing coach. So,
wow.
I read about this story earlier today about all of these volleyball players getting cut from Grambling after a couple of months, but I didn't know about all of these other parts.
Yeah, I just looked it up when you was talking about it, and she cut them after 3 practices.
Yeah. God
damn. The whole team?
The entire team.
Woo! Oh, yeah.
So now they have to I think now they have 4 months to scramble and
find another school that, can pay for them
or
to
scholarship program
right.
or something.
Enter the transfer portal and all that. Damn, that's messy. And the fact that she had them kids from UAPB, yeah, something don't seem right. So yeah, fingers crossed that those girls will be vindicated because this is fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I really enjoyed the part of this letter that like points out how it's really, aside from basketball and football, for a lot of Black kids, inner city kids, if you have interest in other sports, rowing, like
ain't nobody doing that. You not doing that.
Where? With what money?
Exactly. The two most important questions. Where?
So
and
somehow I found my ass all the way at an HBCU playing with my heart out, and I barely get a chance to stay here. You got every single body, and now I got to scramble. Like, it's really fucked up. It's sad.
It is.
So hopefully those girls will find new homes and places where they'll be appreciated, or at least treated like young human beings.
Right. This is a bare minimum of what they deserve. So
yeah.
If you have a read you'd like to pass, feel free to send that to passtheread@gmail.com. Oh, and before we go, I did want to say, Quinta, how dare you? How dare you? Like, I adore you, but 13 episodes, I know that was, maybe not necessarily your choice, but y'all really broke my heart.
I got it.
Y'all broke my heart.
You broke my heart.
With the season finale of Abbott. It was perfect, just like the rest of the season, but now I'm devastated.
What a spectacular show.
I cannot say enough good things. I'm fully obsessed. I cannot wait to see what y'all do with the next season. But girl, how am I supposed to breathe with no air? Like, Abbott means everything to me, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I already do that every week. Every week. I
do
queue
it like
up
I do
Hulu.
with the Golden Girls until you literally are reciting the lines in your sleep.
Put it on DVD. I was about to say release some merch, but y'all already sent me a backpack. Thank you for that. But like, if there is additional merch, I would like a lanyard. And
I would like one of those lanyards from the school.
I don't know, something else, one of Ava's wigs, something. Like, I just scrambling, and
it's so funny.
It is. It's just so good, and
it's such a good show.
Already miss it, and can't wait to see what y'all do next season.
Yeah.
So congratulations, but also I'm sad. So
I wasn't surprised by the shorter season. I find that new shows, especially new shows with like a Black cast, predominantly a cast of color, I find that a lot of times their first seasons are super short. Sometimes they're like 6 to 8 episodes.
Let's not do too much.
long.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this, British television? But if you got like a super white cast or some shit starring Nicole Kidman, girl, they'll ask you how many motherfucking episodes you want.
I'm just saying, I think 30 is a reasonable number of episodes. So.
It is not. It isn't.
I think it is. I think
it is not.
I think
it is not.
I think
22 tops. Maybe like 24.
I think 30 is fine. I'm not sure what you're saying right now. I think 30 is great. Like,
okay.
I'm not even asking for them to be 90 minutes long anymore, but we could just keep the good feeling going is all I'm saying.
It's season 1. It's coming back.
Right.
It's performed excellently. No one has had a bad thing to say it except for people who have never watched it.
And does season 2 not deserve 30 episodes? I'm not sure I really don't understand what you're saying here. So
you know that means that they have to write 30 episodes, pay for 30 episodes, produce 30 episodes. Yep. Okay.
Start a GoFundMe. I will contribute. If that's what we need to do, I'm just saying.
It's a lot of work for one season.
Well, whatever y'all decide to do, I can't wait for the show to come back. I'm just such a fan. Everybody involved is just so good. But y'all what am I supposed to do without Miss Howard? I need Miss Howard.
Write Miss Howard fanfic.
I'm going to be Janine for Halloween. Don't none of you bitches steal my idea, but I'm getting them ugly ass shoes.
Please. Do you know how many fucking people are going to be Janine this Halloween?
Probably a lot.
They're
but I
people,
would
they're
be
probably
the
going to be
Janineest.
teachers that are going to go to school dressed as Abbott Elementary teachers for school. That's going to be cute.
And when your students are like, what's the difference between this and every other outfit you wear? Because when Mr. Johnson told that little girl that, that she could write a story or whatever, just stay out of his hair, she said, sir, you are bald. How can you not love it?
The show is just spectacular.
Yeah,
it's
so good. All right. I'm going to let it go. Love you, Quinta. Just hurt, personally, but it's fine. And yeah, I think that will wrap up this week's
And besides,
episode.
now her old stomping grounds have returned. Got a Black Lady sketch show to watch.
I mean, yes, that's true. Abbott, I don't know. It just touched me different. It just really speaks to me. And I'm going to miss it a lot until they come back. But you're right.
Die.
A Black Lady sketch show is back. And I told Robin that, did you watch the first episode? Because
yes,
that
I did.
Dr. Hadassah career day sketch.
I
said, you are a fucking fool. You are a fucking fool.
Like, I want a whole movie.
It was just
like
so...
a Borat or something where we just follow the character through something and maybe she goes and does like...
Pre-PhD.
Like, where she goes into like real world stuff. What was that show with Eric Andre you said and Tiffany Haddish? You said it wasn't bad.
Oh, I definitely
where they
don't
like
know.
did pranks. It was
that
like a
movie. Oh, did I say it wasn't bad?
I'm pretty sure you said you watched it and it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
Unless I'm thinking of somebody else.
No, I'm
pretty sure it was you.
I think I said it was better than I thought it would be.
Maybe.
Was it Bad Trip? Yeah, Bad Trip.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Hadassah,
but it was a lot of
doing something like that where they do like shit out on the street and people may not know unless they watch the show. I never understand how people don't know that those people are famous though or acting.
That's what I'm saying. Especially in Atlanta, but okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Hadassah Dr. Hadassah, truly a mess.
Pre-PhD.
But when that baby said, isn't everything a pre-PhD? Like, isn't every level of education that's not a PhD granted? Is it not pre-PhD? But you can't ask good questions.
Love that show.
When she said, y'all clap weird. Bitch, they are not clapping. But anyway, I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it, but
go check it out. Lots of fun TV to watch. And Ashley Nicole Black is fucking gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
always.
They posted a picture, like, I don't know who, they posted a picture the other day of them doing press or something like that. And I was like, God, this woman is striking.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm done.
Just beautiful. But yes, that will wrap up this week's episode of the show. Check us out on social media at This Is The Read, our website, thisistheread.com. Again, shop The Read for our merch. And you can join our Patreon over at patreon.com/theread. And what else? There is something else.
We have a show.
Oh, yes. We are doing another show, child. I can't believe it either. But Saturday, May 7th in Los Angeles at the Ace Hotel. We are part of the Netflix is a Joke Festival. Yeah, feel free to come through. Tickets available at netflixisajokefest.com. So yeah, if you're going to be in LA that weekend, come through and hang out with us. It'll be a fun, good ass, black ass time. Anything else?
DC was really fun. Like, I actually forgot how much I enjoy doing that sometimes. So I'm not mad. We'll see what LA. We haven't been to LA for a show in a long time. So
yeah, no, I've only gone to LA
make it
for
worth
drugs.
it.
But yeah, let's have fun because things have been nuts, and we have not been to LA in a long time. I think Alex said it's our first time in 5 years doing a show in LA. So if you're around, then come hang out and have a good time with the rest of us. Anything else from you, friend, before we head out?
Take care of yourselves out there. Everybody's dealing with something. Your feelings and your issues matter just as much as the next. So take some time for you. And much like being on an airplane, sometimes you have to put the oxygen mask over your own on your face and then a child's.
You have to.
There's wisdom in there. There's some. It's up to you to find it. I can't give it all to you.
Put your own mask on first before you try to help somebody else.
Yeah.
Amen.
That.
Necessary.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hoes. We will see y'all next week.